Yo guys, I know it's been a minute, yeah, but today I come to you with a very interesting story about the gold rush in Kenya and how it has affected families for the good and for the bad. And I'm gonna tell you how one lady actually constructed a golden house in a village in Western Kenya. Yeah. So yeah, welcome back to my channel. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening from where you are. I hope you're keeping safe. I hope you're disinfecting, wearing your mask, keeping the social distance. Yeah, and basically being healthy, eating healthy, hydrating, and all of that good stuff. So yeah, so in Western Kenya, like everybody knows, there's been a big buzz on gold rush. And as we all know from the history of Kenya, Western has held the highest amount of gold found ever. And a lot has been mined, or a lot was mined, but there's still some little gold that is discovered here and there in people's farmlands. And locals do just low-scale mining and sell them. So I'm going to tell you a story of one lady that was very poor. She had so many children, and she was so poor. Most of the time she was just asking for food, literally begging for food from neighbors, because the husband died. She had given birth to many children. She was illiterate herself. And yeah, basically no means of living, just doing vibarua, Kenyans, you know, doing these casual jobs for little money. And everybody knew her in the village. She was just a poor lady, and just watching everybody. Sometimes she passed by some people and they hear, oh, they found gold in their land. And I'm sure she used to wonder, like, hey, mi ndafikiwa lini, God, you know, like, when will my time come, man? When will my time come? My children are just starving. We're always begging neighbors for food. Then, hey, as you all know, luck struck. One time, there are guys who are looking for gold, and you know, they come with machinery. They go measuring where there's signals that in that ground there could be gold. So they did that in her neighbor's plot, and they found gold. And then they asked her if they could check in her land also. She had land that she had inherited from her marital husband. Fortunate for her, they found gold. And it was so crazy that she had such a small piece of land, but everywhere, and I mean everywhere, every piece of that land, there was just those big signals of gold. Like when they were measuring, that machine was just bringing very strong signals like gold, 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 gold. Whoa! So they asked her, like, would you want us to dig out gold, and then we can, of course, share the good stuff, you know? So they did strike a deal. It was some small Germany company, actually, that was doing that. And they agreed, and they dig out gold. Man, this story, from the way I hear it, like the amount of gold that came from that small plot, like, hey, akisema atakubariki hata majirani watashanga. Like, they got gold, and I mean like dhahabu, yeah? There was so much gold in that land, everybody was amazed. Like, nobody could believe it. So the ching-ching came, but from the people who know how the business goes down, they said this lady was played. This lady was played by the German company that came to dig up the gold, because the amount of ching-ching that she bagged at the end of the deal and the amount of gold that came out of her land, it's not like she did not get the right amount of ching-ching. But either way, she was swimming in money, from being a very poor person to now swimming in money. Like, people are saying she was confused. Like, she had money, you from begging food to having like millions. Yeah, she was raised, she was elevated, she was on another lane. Now people were coming to her to borrow. So this lady now decided, okay, I've been poor for a long time. Now it's time for me to enjoy life. Now she started eating the good food, sharing with neighbors. And then because she had a lot of daughters that had been married, she decided, hey, people, my daughters, your husband beats you up too much. See, how's about you come around, build for you a nice house, you live there. You be comfortable, be happy. No need for people to make you miserable now. So two of her daughters even came back. Now mommy has money. The way in the village people get married because of hunger. People get married in the village because of hunger and poverty, because your mother doesn't have enough money to feed you and your siblings. So as a lady, you just decide like, let me just leave. Wacha tu nitoke. Ndio mama ache kuteseka sana, so there are less mouths to feed. Now the ridiculous thing that she did and shocked the entire village is that because she had so much gold dust, anybody who's ever seen a mining site for gold, it is first like in soil, it's in the soil, and then the soil is washed and stuff like that. So there was soil quality 1, quality 2 that the Germans used, and then the low quality that did not have too much gold. They didn't even bother to wash it. This lady took that soil, instead of selling it, she took that soil and constructed a house with it. And hence came the golden house in the village. Yes, she had a golden house. From a beggar to living in a golden house. How's about that? Yeah, drink that with your coffee. Sip it down. Take it down all the way. You'll be seeing that golden house as you walk by. From the... Hey, me that story. I've never had enough of it. Every time I see people who know that lady, I always ask, give me that story again. Please narrate from the beginning. Narrate from the beginning. Golden house. Like you have so much gold dust, you use some of it to build a house. The parties that were being thrown in that house, in that home, she became popular. She became famous. And I'm not talking long time ago, guys. I'm talking like 15 years back. Not ata si kitambo sana. I think I'm even putting too much time. I think it's 10 years. Yeah, 10 years back. This lady was throwing parties left, right, center. She was living the life. There's no hunger anymore. There's nobody wearing rags anymore. There's nobody who's looking miserable anymore. Now she can even afford to have servants. Ha! Mayo, I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's one of the most crazy stories I've ever had, and I was being told by people who are very close to her. Like, this is not like a folktale, folktale. The way people say, hapo zamani za kale. No, this is real stuff. This is stuff that really happened. So she blew her money. 2 years went by, and unfortunate for her, the money came to an end. She did not know how to manage money, and her relatives were just blowing the money that she had. So she went back to where she used to be. Hunger and poverty. It is a very, very sad story, as much it has a nice part to it, but it's also a story to teach us something. And I always wonder, like, why do people who are poor have a cycle of poverty? Like, from poverty back to poverty, from poverty back to poverty. Even when God elevates you, you just find yourself, I don't know, what happens? Like, when you hit big money, please find someone to advise you about finances. I know we all make mistakes, but when you hit that kind of big money all of a sudden, from 0 to 10 million, get someone to advise you, and get people to manage your funds that mean well for you. I mean, yeah. So this lady, after some time, she got depression, she got heart issues, yani her life just went spiraling down. Like 2 years after her money went down, she became sick. After 1 year of heavy sickness and poverty and selling almost everything she had, she died. And that's how the story ended. And her daughters that had come back from their marriages, I hear both of them like went back to their husbands. It's a sad story, but I hope it teaches you something. So I hope you enjoyed this story. Please subscribe, guys. Subscribe so I can make for you more content, and like this video and share with your friends. Bye bye.